Welcome to a new video where we're gonna pass our previously created object, the sink, through NetFab to make sure that it's ready for being 3D printed. NetFab 3D model repair is an online free service. Very nice service, to be honest, that you can pass all your objects through to make sure that everything is neat and nice before you pass it to your 3D printer. I started just before I knew about this side. I passed all my models just straight to my 3D printer, and in some cases where you had object exclusions like a sphere cutting out from another sphere or whatnot, and you tried to print it, some of the cuts were not correctly geometricized, which resulted in very weird printing results, and suffice to say that the object did not come out as intended. But then I found the solution to this. I found this great site hosted by Microsoft. It repairs all your 3D models. So just pass everything that you're doing that you want to 3D print through this tool, even though it would normally look good still in a 3D print. Just use this tool anyway. It doesn't hurt. So we're gonna upload. I'm going to get into my sink. I'm gonna get my sink. It's uploading and it's repairing. Sometimes it takes a while. It depends on the load of the site at the moment. I know that a lot of people already use this, so sometimes it takes a long time depending on how many use it, and sometimes not. There, we're done. Okay, so we can download, and here we get the sink repaired. I'm gonna show it in folder because I have a lot of things here. So I'm gonna take this, put it on my desktop so I know where it is. Can close this one. Now we're gonna open this in the normal 3D builder. Just make sure that it looks fine. It doesn't actually. Our holes are missing. Interesting. That was very interesting. Okay, so let's skip that then. Yeah, so this is what I mean with Bryce can cut it very weirdly sometimes, that even the repair tool thinks that these holes were never here, which is rather bad sometimes. So that's the negative thing about using Bryce, I think. It's not 100% when it comes to clipping. So, well, let's hope it's better now. Of course. And then to an object. And we're gonna write sync 2. We go to NetFab. Sign in. And now we upload sync 2 instead. Let's hope that it makes a better attempt at this one and doesn't remove the holes. If it does, then we have to have a plan B, but let's see what plan A gives us first, because at the moment I don't have a plan B. Alright, let's see. What do we get? No, still no holes. That's a shame. Alright, let's skip the repair tool at this moment. It was a bad demonstration of that. I don't think the problem is in this site, to be honest, because this site is almost always generating exactly what I expect it to. But I think the fault is in Bryce, because yeah, the clipping is very bad in there. So let's have a look what we can do with the Bryce export instead immediately. Sync. We open this in 3D Builder. Looks proper. Looks nice. Yeah, looks good. I know that this is way too big for my printer. My printing bed does not have these dimensions, and even if it did, I think I would be more happy with chopping it up anyway, because I don't want to wait for a result that might be bad if I can chop it up in smaller pieces. Then I don't have to wait for every print, and it doesn't have to print, for example, when I'm sleeping and stuff like that. Oh yeah, look. This one has walls here. Look. If you look closely, you can actually see that there's a wall in here. But if you look here, oh no, it does have a wall. It looks very weird. No, it doesn't have a wall. Look. Ah, that's why it repaired so weirdly. It's a Bryce issue, I promise you. How should we fix that? Okay. So yeah, it's definitely a Bryce issue. Oh yeah, you can see here as well. Of course, there should be a wall here. There is no wall. So we need to go back again to Bryce and see what's going on. So what we could do, this is very weird because I mean we're not doing anything complicated. Just gonna take that and that, these two. I'm just gonna group them and cut them. Now there's walls here. We didn't get walls here before. We're gonna group those, and then we're gonna select all of these. I'm gonna group them and cut them. Yeah, see, it removes the walls. There's no wall going from up here to down there, up there to down there. Same here. There's no actual wall going between here. So this is, as I said, this is the result from Bryce. Has nothing to do with the Microsoft side, the NetFab. So, but I think if we do it like this, and we group them, and we cut them, yeah, we get the wall. You see this wall going from up to down, all these lines here, the wire. Interesting. I wonder why that happens. I'm actually gonna try something here. I'm gonna uncut that. I'm gonna take this cylinder, and I'm just gonna change it higher and lower. Let's see if that helps. Group and cut. No, that didn't help. Okay, so I'm gonna try something else then. So I'm taking this one and I'm gonna make it just a teensy weensy smaller, so 14.99. So 6.99. Don't ask me why, but sometimes this actually works. Group. Oh. Yeah, cut. It worked. This is so weird. I think this is something for the Bryce team to have a look at sometime. This is clearly a bug. So, and we of course want to fix this as well, so let's do the same on that. We just select this one. And then we make it microscopically smaller, 4.99. And 1.99. Like so. And then we just group the whole object. Group. And convert. Yeah, see? We get there, and we get there. That's so weird. Oh well. The result is the same. This is where we actually wanted to come. So we're gonna export this. And this is of course sync number 3. Now the reason I'm iterating these instead of just writing over is because I noticed also a bug in NetFab where if you upload the same file name very close to another file time-wise, then it's actually not converting it because it thinks like, no, you already converted this file. I don't know if that's intended or not, but there you go. So we exported this. I'm gonna undo our conversion and I'm gonna save it because now I want this model to be the main model. Okay, let's pass this then through the NetFab site. Alright, and download. And let's see how it looks. Yeah, now we have our holes. Look, that's weird. Good, but weird. Alright, fine. Let's save this object, because now we're happy with this. It's repaired. We're gonna save it to the desktop, projects, and sync. So this is the object that we want to use. Okay, but as I stated before then, I'm pretty sure that this object is too big for my print bed. So I'm gonna cut it into 4 pieces actually. And I think I'm just gonna cut it straight off into 4 pieces using the sinkhole as the middle. Let's see where we go from there. No, I'm actually not gonna do that, because I'm actually just gonna cut it half and half. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna split. Sorry that the program here now is in Swedish, but you just have to take my word for this one. We're gonna keep both. Nope, I don't want to move that. So this should be straight down center now. So let's cut this. Actually, I think I'm gonna make another adjustment before I'm happy with this sink. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna lower this part to accommodate for a little inset of the sinkhole. I think that's gonna look a lot better, to be honest. So yeah, let's not continue with that. Let's open this object again. And let's ungroup this. And then we're just gonna take our hole here. Copy our hole. We're going to lift it up about there, I think should be good. Actually, we're gonna lift it up the whole way, because we're gonna have another issue if we don't. Like so. And then of course we need to increase the size of that, and it needs to be the size of the sink insert. The sink insert, I'm measuring right now out of picture. The sink insert has a diameter of 63. So let's make the insert in our model 65. So we have 1 millimeter on each side spare. So 6.5 and 6.5. There. We have our little insert. Now we of course need to increase the height of the bottom here a little as well. And I was thinking maybe just increase it by 2 millimeters is good. So new height 3.2 and new position 1.6, because that's half of 3.2. So there we go. And then of course we also adjust this one to match. There we go. That looks... it's just under there, so it's fine. We can increase this a little extra, to be honest. No, let's keep it that way. Alright. There. Perfect. Now let's ray trace this again. So now you can see we got a little insert here for the little sinkhole addition we're gonna have later. That looks actually quite neat. Save it and cut it, convert it like so. Now we can see that we have all the necessary walls, so to speak. So we fixed that before, and then we export it. And then of course we have sink number 4. There we go. Perfect. Don't see. Alright, and then we of course upload it through the netfab again. And we open it in 3D Builder. And we have still that. Looks good. Don't mind this little shadow here. Those shadows sometimes come out. You have the same here. But they usually don't mean anything. Oh, that looks very weird. Maybe this time it actually does. Wow. Yeah, that's ugly. But same remedy as before. Let's go back to the initial model, and we decrease the size of that. So uncut, ungroup, I mean, cut. Why do I say cut? Just select this plane, and we make this just a teeny little lower. Yeah, less, so it doesn't cut into anything. I should do it, I hope. Group. Export object. Sync number 5. And we save this item. Just minimize this. We run it through the netfab. Okay, let's see. There it looks good, and there it looks good. Now it actually looks proper. Alright. Whoops, I should not do that. There we go. Still have this one, but I seriously doubt that this little shale going here is going to cause us any headaches. Let's hope it doesn't. So now we can actually start cutting it then to fit our printing bed. So we're going to split. We're going to keep both parts. This is already into the middle, so we're just going to accept that. Split. Removing that part, saving this part, and we save it as oh, actually we need to cut it again. Let's see, because we're going to cut it in 4 parts. That's what we said from the start. So we're going to cut it again, but this time we're going to cut it on this edge here. Cut. And then of course we're going to cut this the same way. And cut. There we go. Now we have 4 pieces. Now we just need to save all these pieces. So we're going to start by removing those. And then we save this. And we're going to save it as sync. Part 1. Then we undo the removals, and we remove everything but that part. We save that. And we save it as part 2. And then we oops, not gonna. There, gonna save that one. Part 3. And then finally we're gonna save this part as part 4. Perfect. Alright, so yeah, that's our sync. And now it's ready for printing, hopefully. So let's get into the printing program.